Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456. So yeah, this is what I look like if you guys are interested. This is my 100 subscriber special video. I'm gonna be doing like a lot of talking, just about everything in general, like my channel, 2016, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy. It'll probably be a long video, but yeah, watch to the end, please. This is the first sort of blog style video I guess I'm doing, but yeah, I wanted to do this because I couldn't really think of an idea for my 100 subscriber special, and then I thought, why don't I just like show myself? Why don't I show who I am and in camera? So yeah, I mean here I am. First of all, the reason it took so long was because I didn't have any kind of like proper recording equipment. I'm actually recording this with what is it? It's a Logitech C920, I think, or yeah, C920. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. It's just a webcam, literally just a webcam, but it does 1080p and 60 frames per second. And I thought, do I really need any more than that? I've also got a Blue Yeti microphone in front of me, so hopefully the audio sounds really good. Um, and yeah, and to be honest, the reason that this video has taken so long to do, I mean, I think it's like 113 as of recording this video subscribers. The reason it's taken so long is because first of all, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I didn't have the equipment necessary, so I finally got the equipment necessary, and now I have it, so here's the video. Survival Horrorist was actually the one who wanted me to do a 100 subscriber special, so hopefully you're watching this, hopefully you enjoy, hopefully it's good enough. So I'm sorry about the delay. Now, I have a few things listed down here on my computer that I want to talk about. So I'll talk about the current status in terms of YouTube. So like how I'm going and everything like that. It's been about 9 months, I think now. Let me just think. Yeah, close to 9 months, maybe even 10, 11, 12. Might be 10 months actually. 10 months almost to the day. Today is the 26th that I'm recording this. Yeah, 26th. And I posted my first video, I believe it was either, it might have been May actually. It might have been May 25th. So we're actually 8 months instead. So that's when I posted my first video, and now we're, 8 months later. I have 113 subscribers, as I said. As of right now, I have 113. And back in the day, that was a lot. Nowadays, not so much. But I'm not letting that like discourage me. I actually think that after 8 months, considering the videos that I have posted, I think that's pretty good. It's probably about right, it seems like. I've also lost a considerable amount of subscribers as well. Like people subscribe and then unsubscribe later, and I don't know why, I don't know who. But I think my analytics tell me that I should have like maybe 130, 135. So it's quite a substantial portion of people that unsubscribe, and that's fine. I mean, you guys are supposed to choose what you want to watch, so I can't force it down your throats. But yeah, I've been making a lot of Let's Platinum videos. There's a ton of videos on my channel. I literally have like 450 videos up there right now. If you're watching this as it comes out, I'm playing, there's a Let's Platinum of Bloodborne going on, but it's for the DLC. I've already done Bloodborne, like I completed the Platinum ages ago. It's the first thing I did. And then now I'm doing the DLC. The DLC is 12 episodes long, so it's going to be 60 episodes by the end of it. And yeah, and something else I've realized is I made a Vice City video, GTA Vice City, for two trophies. One called Bloodstained Hands, and the other called Take the Cannoli or Take That Cannoli. I can't remember what it's called, but it was just a little kind of like roadmap trophy guide on how to get those two trophies because they were kind of tricky. And I did it, and it's actually become very quickly currently my sixth most viewed video, which is crazy. Sixth most viewed. And I posted it on January 5th. So something that I'm realizing is that obviously, I mean, it's quite obvious, but like long form videos like massive Let's Platinums or Let's Plays are watched by people who have like a good amount of time on their hands, people who like the commentator that's doing them. If there is a commentator, some people don't do it with commentary, and and there's like a big involvement, there's a big time sink into watching a huge video like that. And the Vice City video, even though it's a long form video, it's about 30 minutes long, it's directly telling you exactly what you need to know, in, I think, an informative way. I think I did that video pretty well. So it's telling you exactly what you need to know, and that's why it's getting more views. Now, originally, even before I started YouTube, one of the ideas that I wanted to do, or like one of the things that I really wanted to do, was to actually make sort of specific trophy guide videos, kind of like PS4 Trophies does right now. That was one of my ideas, but unfortunately he beat me to the punch. I think he started in 2013, I think it was, and his channel is amazing. It's really, really great. He's got like, it's no wonder he has so many subscribers. His stuff is really well edited. I think actually he was an editor, if I'm not mistaken. I seem to remember hearing that he was a video editor, so it makes sense that his videos are really good. And it's not that I can't do that, it was just that when I started, I thought, well, I don't want to copy him, I don't want to do exactly what he did, and kind of make my channel not unique. And so that's why I invented Let's Platinums, even though I did not realize, I promise you, I did not realize that there was another person. I think his name is True Rock and Roller. I didn't realize that he had Let's Platinums as well, and he also had Bloodborne, which is funny. So I didn't realize that until I actually posted my first video, which is still my most viewed video. My Let's Platinum Bloodborne episode 1 is still my most viewed video by quite a margin, which I guess is good. I put a lot of effort into making Let's Platinum Bloodborne, and I think it shows. I think I did really well. A lot of people gave me really positive comments that I was so happy about, like, because it's exactly what I wanted. So I'm happy that I did that. I think I'll leave that there for right now. Yeah, and I guess I'll talk about how I'm going to proceed. So I don't have anything planned, unfortunately, for after the Bloodborne DLC. What I do want to do, though, is I want to complete Batman. Now, Batman, I have the Platinum, but I want to complete all the DLC for Batman, and there is quite a bit of DLC for Batman. I think it's 4 or 6, it's probably 6, because I remember 98 being the special number. I think I have 6 videos on my channel that I haven't published yet, and they've been sitting there for months. The only reason I haven't done that is because I haven't had a chance to then continue the DLC from that point. So I want to, now that I finished Bloodborne, I have a little bit of time, and I'm going to try and finish off the DLC for Batman. I'm just going to buy it all, doesn't matter. I'll either purchase the season pass, or I'll purchase each little thing bit by bit. I should have purchased the season pass from the beginning. I didn't realize how much DLC there's going to be. There's a lot of trophies towards the end. One of the last DLC packs is like 10 to 13 trophies long. So that's going to be, a huge commitment to do that. Well, not a huge commitment. It probably won't take me that long. But I am going to try and complete those and get that out of the way. Once that's out of the way, however, I don't really have anywhere else to go. 2016 is going to be an absolutely amazing year for games. Tons and tons of games coming out. But the first game that I'm really interested in coming out, I think, is Uncharted 4. I'm not 100% sure if Dark Souls 3 comes out before that. But, Uncharted 4 is something that I'm definitely going to be playing. Dark Souls 3 is something that I'm definitely going to be playing. And I'll mention a few others in just a sec. But what I will say is that there's only one other game that I'm actually super interested in, but I don't know if it's a good idea to play on my channel, and that is The Witness. The Witness is a game by, I believe his name is Jonathan Blow, and Jonathan Blow was the creator of Braid. If you remember, Braid was a game with, it was kind of like time elements. I think the character's name is Tim from memory. I only know about this because I played Braid for a very short period of time, and I also played Super Meat Boy, which has Tim in the game, so I knew about him a little bit. Tim's ability is that he can rewind time for like maybe a second or two or something, and then you use that as the main puzzle mechanic to get through the game. And that game was really, really tough. Like, I remember I got stuck immediately. There were keys I couldn't get. I I think they were keys I couldn't get and puzzles I couldn't figure out, and I was like, this is crazy hard. Like, I don't think it was as hard as something like Fez. Fez was insanely difficult. I have no shame in saying that I used the guide for like 90% of that game because it was very tough. Um, but Jonathan Blow, he made such a great game, and I feel like Witness is going to be, or The Witness is going to be very, 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 very difficult as well. And I don't want to make like a Let's Platinum The Witness and then sort of like sit there for 3 episodes or 4 episodes trying to work out the same puzzle. I think that's silly. I could obviously, put some editing into it and just cut out all the parts where I'm trying to work out the puzzle. But then that's not really fun either. The Witness actually suits itself very well to like streaming, but because I live in Australia, we don't have quality upload yet. It is coming, but it's not coming for some time. So I have to make do with what I have. Play the hand you're dealt, and that's really hard. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm probably gonna take a little bit of a break from Let's Platinums. Whatever comes out first, Dark Souls 3 or Uncharted 4, that is the game that I'm going to play. If it's Uncharted 4, and I think it's actually Dark Souls 3, but if it's Uncharted 4, I'm going to play it blind. And the reason for that is because I believe the only thing that will be difficult in Uncharted 4 is collecting all the treasures. And I'll work that out as I go. Like, I'll very thoroughly search each chapter as much as possible, and then I'll have a look, at like where the treasures are or how many treasures are in each chapter, because I feel like it's going to play the same as Uncharted 1, 2 and 3. So I'll have a look for all the treasures as much as I can. I'll grab any that I missed at the end, and then we'll be good from there. For Dark Souls 3, I want to make it kind of like Bloodborne. I would love to play Dark Souls 3 by myself, and figure out a way to get through the game in as easy a manner as possible, and then turn that into a Let's Platinum. Now, the thing is, I learnt a lot from Bloodborne. With Bloodborne, I wrote down a full text walkthrough that tells you, where to go, which paths to take first, which paths lead to dead ends, obviously, so you want to go to those first, and then you want to keep going from there. So I did that, and that took an exceedingly long time to do. And afterwards, I realized that while I was playing the game, I just remembered everything. Like if you play a game once and then you play it again immediately after, it'll take you far less time to get through it, and you'll remember like everything that you've done. So you'll be like, hey, that path was that path was that. Bloodborne can still be a little bit confusing, but I'm pretty good with that kind of like spatial memory. So it was easy for me to get through the game without having too much difficulty remembering. And I wrote down pointless things like in my guide, like what each item was. I literally wrote what each item was, kind of like a full text walkthrough that you'd find on GameFAQs. I'm not gonna post it. I don't think I will post it. There's no real reason to. I'm proud of it myself, but I think other people would be like, this is like not formatted. This has no version history, no contents, no nothing. So there's no point. The video guide is there, and I think that speaks for itself. I think that's good enough. So what I'd do with Dark Souls 3 instead is I would play through the game, and I would figure out how to beat each boss and like what strategy to use to beat each boss, right? And then on my actual like Let's Platinum playthrough, I'd employ those strategies to make sure that they worked, and that way you could get through the game easier, right? Because I've already sort of gone ahead and figured out the strategies. Because one of the things is that I feel like most people play, especially Souls games, most people play the game in the exact same way. They'll like in one of two ways. They'll pick up everything, go to the boss, try the same thing over and over and over and over again, failing every single time, and then sort of slightly trying to work out a different strategy, after dying like 5 or 10 times, and then sort of employing that and eventually coming up with something that actually works. I know that that's how I play, and so what I have to do is I just have to cut out the fat, right? I just have to make it so that I've gone through the whole game, picking up every item I can find, and when I get to the boss, I already know what my preparations are going to be. I already know how I'm going to fight the boss, and therefore I already know that I don't know that I'm going to win, but I'm going to have a very good chance at winning because I've gone ahead and got those strategies in place. Another element I could actually do, and I feel like you guys will probably want to see the Let's Platinum more, I don't know. It's up to you guys. What I could also do is I could make like boss specific videos and just show you like strategies on how to beat each boss instead of playing through the entire game all again. That would save me a huge amount of time. It would be really, really good. To be honest with you, it wouldn't be as consistent because it would only be consistent on bosses that I had died to several times. As a quick tangent here, I went to, and I've mentioned this before, I believe, I went to an EB Expo. So in Australia, we have EB Games. That's our biggest and pretty much only games specific distributor and shop that you can buy games from. We have another one called JB Hi-Fi, but that's for like DVDs and movies and stuff like that as well, electronics in general. But EB Games has an expo, and I went to last year's expo for the first time, and I got to play Dark Souls 3 for a short period of time, and I got to the first boss, or at least the boss of the demo that they allowed us to play, and it was very, very, very hard, really, really hard. And that is a boss that like I would need to play it more and figure out a good strategy to beat. So there's like a lot of elements to that. Let me know in the comments, like, do you want to see a Dark Souls 3 Let's Platinum, similar to Bloodborne, with the same level of quality, you know, by me playing through the game once, figuring out all the strategies, and then showing you a sort of solid, straight, efficient playthrough? Or would you want to see like specific boss videos and how to beat them? Because it could still work. It might not work for the first boss. Maybe the first boss is really easy, and I just go like, guys, just like keep attacking. That's the strategy. Just keep attacking and you'll win. But of course, you know, later on in the game, there'll probably be a very difficult boss that I'll be like, okay, let me see, how do I beat this guy? And I try attacking him, or I try beating him, and I die like 20 times, and then I realize something, and then it makes it so much easier. And then if you're watching the video, like, okay, how do I beat this guy? I'm gonna do this, and it works. You know, so either or, there's that kind of stuff. Let's see, what else? We've got also, what other games? So Uncharted 4, as I said, that's going to be fun. Just to quickly touch on Uncharted 4 as well, if you haven't watched my Uncharted playthroughs, I have all 3 Uncharted games on my channel. Every single trophy, including the extended collection, so like the brutal difficulty and the speed runs, it's all there. I think it's all pretty good. I'm very happy with a lot of it. There are some where I kind of like snuck through and I got very lucky, especially when it comes to brutal difficulty, but a lot of it is pretty solid. And really for Uncharted 4, the only thing you need to know about the story is that he's a treasure hunter. He's kind of a thief. I mean, that's why they call it like a thief's end. But he's a little bit of a treasure hunter. I don't really see him as an anti-hero, and I don't really see him as a hero either. But it's just such a fun game to watch. There is an element in Uncharted 3 that I won't say, but there's an element in Uncharted 3 that it sort of reveals, it's one sentence that potentially reveals a huge plot point in the Uncharted universe. So if you want to know the story, I would literally just watch Uncharted 3, wait for that plot point to reveal itself. It's about halfway through the game. You'll probably know what I'm talking about when you actually hear it, because it's kind of one of those things like, what? That's interesting. It's literally one sentence, so try not to miss it. And please, no one post the spoiler in the comments. Just let people figure it out for themselves, and then you can watch Uncharted 4 with me and just enjoy. I think it's going to be a fantastic game. I don't think it's going to be The Last of Us, but I hope it's close, because The Last of Us was amazing. What other games? Firewatch. I am so doing Firewatch on my channel. Let's Platinum. That one I think will be a very good game to do, because it doesn't look too difficult. It's going to be a game where it's just sort of slow progression all the way through. I don't think there's going to be anything too challenging. If there's something that's missable, I'm going to try and do my best to kind of like work out what that is. You know, people on the internet, they have trophy guides and missable trophy descriptions all ready to go for all that stuff, so it should be fine for the most part. But that is a game I'm definitely going to do. What other games we got here? Final Fantasy 15. That is a tricky one. I really want to do Final Fantasy 15. I really, really do. But if I do it, it's probably going to have to be a second playthrough type thing as well, where I'm going to have to play through the whole game, figure out how to do it, and then play through it again. And it's a Final Fantasy game. These games are huge. Like, most of them are like 90 hours plus. So it's going to be an endeavor. I'll see how I feel about it at the time. I think what I'm going to do is I'll purchase it, I'll play it on my account. If I feel like it's a game that I can do in far less time and I can like save a lot of time in different areas, I'll do a full Let's Platinum. If not, or if there's like an element of it that I'm like, that wouldn't work as well in a Let's Platinum, I may choose to do something else about it, and I'll get to that point when I get there. So it's really hard to say because I haven't even played the, is it called Episode Duske, I think, from the Final Fantasy Type O HD. And I actually have that game. I've had that game since like March of last year, and I still haven't played it. I'm gonna get around to it really soon. For me personally, I'm gonna get to that one soon. And the final game that I'm really interested in, is Horizon Zero Dawn. That was a game that when I saw it, I was like, wow, that looks really, really amazing. It's a different concept. We haven't seen anything like that. Yes, it's a third-person shooter type thing with like bows and arrows and all that, but it looks really cool. The graphics look amazing. I think the lore and the history, well, not the history, but the story behind it looks really, really cool. So that's a game that I may choose to play. I feel like it's going to be an Assassin's Creed, which I don't think would make it too bad a Let's Platinum. I mean, if it's something like Assassin's Creed 2, which everyone seems to adore, I only played it once and I can't remember like how, I don't understand how people like think about Assassin's Creed 2 and go, oh, that was definitely the best one, hands down. Like, I don't remember anything about that game. I know Ezio was in it, and maybe everyone just loves Ezio, but I mean, I loved it. I do remember that it was an enjoyable experience, but it was a huge game, and I'm thinking Horizon Zero Dawn will have elements of that. It'll be a big game, akin to Assassin's Creed, maybe even akin to something like Shadow of Mordor, all that stuff, which I haven't played, but I've heard it's kind of like Assassin's Creed meets Batman. So yeah, I mean, that's a good combination right there. All right. So what else am I going to talk about? So Let's Platinums, as I said, they're not going to go away completely. I think I'm still going to be doing them, but they're just going to sort of dip in frequency. And the main reason for that is they take a lot of work. You would not believe how much work it takes to like film a Let's Platinum, or film a game, and then sort of put it together with editing and all that kind of stuff. It takes a lot of time, and really I haven't been feeling the best lately because I haven't really had a chance to play the games that I really want to play. In 2014, I played a huge amount of games. I was trying to basically knock out my backlog in 2014, and that's basically what I did all year. And I had like about 8 games left by the time I was like, okay, I need to start doing YouTube. 8 games, and now I'm back to like 50 games to finish. So it's crazy. I really want to play more games for myself. I want to have time to myself as well. I realize YouTube is kind of like a full-time job, but I think the key element of it is to work smart and not hard. And I think I've got ideas of how I want to proceed and move forward in the future. It's very difficult to get a focus, especially not only for gaming type channels, but for me personally, because I'm someone who I've never known what I've wanted to do with my life. I genuinely have never actually sat down and said, yes, I want to do that with my life. And I will never know. And that is a really, really hard thing. So focus is very hard for me on a like gaming YouTube level and also on a personal level. So I'm trying my best, and I think I've got ideas that will work a bit better, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Tell me also like your opinions on everything. Like, tell me what you think about my Let's Platinums. Are you someone who's watched the whole thing? Do you like me as a commentator? I got a person who said about my Bloodborne playthrough, your Bloodborne playthrough is the best one on YouTube, and I don't know if it was the same guy. I apologize, I forgot your name. I think it's Mark something, like Mark Kane. I know you said something like you're the best commentator. I was like, that is such a massive amount of praise. I've been getting like a lot of praise in comments sent to me, so thank you so much for all that. Like, thank you for 100 subscribers. I should have said that, like, started with that. But thank you for 100 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who's liked my videos. Thank you to everyone who's commented on my videos, everything like that. It's been really, really helpful. Every time I see that, it makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing. It makes me feel like I'm trying to make a difference. Even if it is based on gaming, I am trying. Okay, so sorry, I'm just double checking what I'm going to talk about. Okay, yeah, this is the other thing. So I've got 2 more topics to talk about. this is another thing. I'm willing to create more blog style videos like I've got here for you guys. Like, if you want me to talk about a specific topic, like maybe you guys like my videos, you but you actually like listening to me talk as well. And if you do like that, let me know like a topic you want to talk about. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be gaming, but I would like to focus on gaming because then otherwise it gets too personal. And I'm not ready for that yet. But like, let me know about a topic that you want to talk about in terms of gaming. I'll see if I know. Like, I kind of don't want to do too much research on it. If I don't like, for example, the whole, and no one's mentioned it in ages, but that, what's her name, like Anesia Sarkeesian or something like that. I can't remember her name. The feminist who like talks a lot about video games. Feminist Frequency. I think that's it. Yeah. Like, I'm not interested in that kind of stuff personally. I know that like a lot of people are, but personally I don't really have an opinion on it. She can say whatever she wants, freedom of speech, all that kind of stuff. I think one of the most important things is, as long as you're not hurting anybody, it should be fine. It should be fine. So I don't want to talk about that too much, and I'm surprised I even mentioned it. But yeah, like anything to do with gaming. Like, one thing I actually wanted to talk about, I'm not going to go into it now, but was like difficulty in video games. Because when I finished Super Meat Boy, that was by far the hardest challenge in gaming that I've ever faced, and I don't think anything will ever come close to how hard that was. I hope nothing will ever come close to how hard the Super Meat Boy Platinum and Impossible Boy trophy is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look in my channel, you'll see. It is crazy. It took me like a month to do, and that final challenge took me about like 4 days non-stop of just playing. It was like 24 hours over 4 days, so it was a lot of time commitment to actually get that. So yeah, as I said, if you want to see more blog style videos, I can do it. I have the necessary equipment now, and yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments. There's a lot of questions I'm asking, so I'm expecting to see a good deal of comments, and I will try and respond to every single person. Right now, I can respond to every single person because I only have 113 subscribers, so it's like, if I don't respond to you, it's because I'm asleep or because I just haven't had a chance to yet. I will most likely respond to you, even if it's someone who said like, good video, and there was a comment that said good video, and I replied good comment. So yeah, small stuff like that. I'll even reply to that because I love getting comments. It's cool. I haven't had any negative comments, and I hope that trend continues. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end the video, and I want to talk about one final game that I think will be released in 2016, and it's not a major title, it's actually a fairly small title. And if you guys don't know about it, then that's great, because I am about to blow your mind. And if you do know about it, hopefully you agree with me. There is a series of games that started on the DS. It moved to the 3DS and the PS Vita in its sequel, and the third in the trilogy, which was supposed to never happen apparently. From memory, I heard that like there was too many financial problems and issues with the game and they couldn't get it done, but apparently we've got confirmation that a release date will be released at some point, and the game will come out in 2016. Now, the game that I'm referring to is called Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. The first game in the series was 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. I think it's that order, 999. The second game in the series was called Virtue's Last Reward. That was the one on the 3DS and the PS Vita. If you have never played these games, I implore you, please find a way to play these games. These games are so good. They are incredible, phenomenal games. It's a story-based game with minor puzzle elements. I don't think it has its own like genre, but people call it like escape room games. And that's essentially what it is. But for me personally, I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed both of the first games in the series. The twists at the end and the twists all the way through are just so good, so entertaining, so thrilling, and so fun to play. So if you've never played those, I highly recommend figuring out a way to get them and playing them. And when this Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma, the third game in the series, comes out, I am going to play it so badly. Well, that doesn't sound right. I'm going to play the crap out of it. It's going to be amazing. I won't play it on my channel because it's on the 3DS and on the Vita. I don't have a Vita. I am gonna get it on the 3DS. As much as I want the trophies for the Vita, I'm not gonna get like the only games on the Vita that interest me were Virtue's Last Reward and this game that's coming out. That's it. I think Danganronpa or something like that is really good too. People said that if you like Zero Escape, then that game's really good. But again, I'm not gonna get a Vita just to play that game. Even though I'm telling you to get a Vita / 3DS just to play this game. But yeah, this game is totally worth it. If you like story, good story, it's really really good. That's just my opinion, but I loved it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. We actually hit 30 minutes, which is about what I expected for this video. I'm just gonna quickly check. Yep, that's it. That's pretty much all I want to talk about. So again, thank you so much for 100 subscribers. Thank you so much for 100. Oh, for 100. Thank you so much for all the likes, comments, and watching my videos. Please continue to do so. I'm really really trying to make this work. It's very tough, but you know, just like life, take it one step at a time. My name is Ultima456, and you'll see me next time. Bye.